Hey, 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 good morning. It's Kat the Course Builder here with a little coffee with Kat, little coffee chat. Actually, it's not really coffee. This is actually protein coffee with some ice in it. So it's like iced coffee. So think of like a cafe latte. So I use a couple people have asked me what I'm drinking now since I don't drink coffee. This is Ensure Protein Max Cafe Latte. Okay, Cafe Latte. And it has 30 grams of protein in it. So it's really, really good in terms of helping you get your protein up. So I drink this in the morning instead of coffee, right? So I wanted to come in and have a little coffee chat with Kat. All right. So here's the thing, right? It's Monday morning. And we know that the world we've gone out the world backwards, right? With this whole coronavirus thing. I mean, like, we have never seen anything like this before. We've never experienced anything like this before, even when with what was the other one? Ebola and SARS and what was MRSA? Remember MRSA? Y'all, I actually got MRSA a few years when MRSA was out. I actually got MRSA. I used to travel a lot, and I actually thought that I had gotten bit by a bug or something like that. And come to find out, it was MRSA. Child, I almost died, honey. But they gave me some high powered antibiotics and stuff like that, and it eventually went away. But it's always on my record. It's always on my medical. It's always going to be on my medical record that I once had MRSA, right? It kind of sticks with me. I don't like it. But that's okay. I didn't, nothing really bad happened. I just got it, right? And so these things can affect any of us, all of us, right? And so I wanted to come in and talk about what happens when you get affected by things that are happening in the world, right? We're coaches, we're entrepreneurs, and a lot of times we operate with our heads down, right? And it's not until we're forced to have our heads up that we start paying attention to things, when it really starts to affect us personally and our businesses personally, right? And so we are going to have these bumps in the road. It's just inevitable. It is inevitable that you too are going to be affected by what's going on out there in the world. And so, what do we do when we are confronted by these bumps in the road? This is the difference between the women and the girls and the men and the boys. Okay. This is the difference right here. What are you going to do about it? Basically, you are going to have bumps in the road. You are going to have things that come up that you didn't expect. And it really comes down to, are you going to let it overwhelm you, overtake you, take you out the game completely? Or are you going to put your big girl panties on and say, okay, it's time to come up with some solutions. What do I do? Okay, so you can't have your event live anymore. You had been planning for it. You bought some new tchotchkes and you bought some new stuff for it and you got people to come, and now you can't do it live. What do you do? Okay, so in our case, we brought Course Connects. We brought it virtual. Okay, so now it's going to be virtual. It's going to be online. You get a solution. It might not be the one you planned for. It might not be the one you wanted, but it's the one that you got right now. And you make it work. And you do what you have to do. You don't just sit there and let things take you under. Those of you who have been in business for at least 3 years, okay? Who am I talking to? You've been in business for at least 3 years. Just say me. Put it down below. Put it down below. Congratulations if you've been in business for at least 3 years. There are lots of hurdles to get over unless you are, you got some rich uncle or you are independently wealthy and all this kind of stuff, unless that's you, you have had to really work hard to get to the place where you are right now. And I want to say to you that there will be that one thing that is going to test and try everything that you thought you stood for. I know it's happened to me. It has happened to me. Last year, there were two things that happened in particular that threatened my entire business. That wasn't my fault, didn't have anything to do with me, but it happened. And I really had to make a decision as to whether or not I was going to keep moving forward or I was just going to make a different decision. Have you ever felt like that? Hmm? And most people didn't even know that this was happening. You didn't know. Most people didn't know. The only people who knew were people who were in my inner circle. Okay. And it's at those times that you are truly, truly tested in what you say you're about. And so at this time, that may be happening to you. It may be happening to you right now, where you say, you know what, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe this is just too hard. Maybe it's just too much. Maybe this was only for a chosen few. And maybe I'm not one of those people. And I want to encourage you this morning to remember something about the chosen few. There are not the chosen few. There are those who choose to be one of the few who is going to push through, who is going to remember what you stand for and stand in that. And surround yourself with people who are going to support that decision and who are going to help you come up with solutions that maybe you can't think of for yourself. That's what coaches do. When you don't have anybody else who believes in what you've chosen to do. Sometimes you don't even believe it yourself. And I want you to know it's okay. It happens. But this too shall pass. If you stand and walk and not faint. Because let's be clear, there are things that are going to happen that make you just want to pass the heck out. That make you just want to crawl up in the bed and cover your head and not come out. I know, I've been there. I've been there. Been there, done that. And that is when you grab on, hold on to the last thing that almost took you out of here. So I want you to think about it. What was the last thing that almost took you up out of here? What was the last thing that almost took you out the game? That almost took you that almost look, you just said, you know what? Let me off this train. I'm off. I'm out. Cat out. What was that thing? And I want you to tap into the thing that you grabbed a hold of that wouldn't let you fall. Feel it, see it, hold on to it. And remember that you came through that. And if you can come through that, you can come through this. You can come through this. This is not going to take you out. And I don't know what your this is. I don't know what your that is, but you know what it is. So I want to encourage you to look at that woman, that man in the mirror and say, I'm bad to the bone. I'm Cat the course builder. And this ain't going to take me out. It's going to make me better. And the same for you. Whatever it is today that threatens to mentally take you out the game, to emotionally take you out of it, you hold it in your hand and know that you have dominion over every creepy, crawly thing that threatens to take you out. Not today. Not today. If you agree with me, put it down in the comments. Just say, not today. Not today. So I hope this encouraged you. I hope this encouraged somebody that this week, don't get all caught up in all the stuff that threatens to take you out. You put on your big girl panties. You surround yourself with people who have been there and can help you, encourage you, give you solutions, and refuse to allow you to step out of your God given gift. Okay? All right. So I hope this encouraged you. I hope this helped you in some way. I know it encouraged me. I'm going to get back to my protein coffee and get back to work. And I hope that you will do the same. All right. Until next time, stay on course.